Hello everyone. So this is third lecture of digestive physiology in which we will see what is role of liver in digestion and absorption. Okay. To know this, first of all, let's see what is structure aspect of liver. So liver is the largest gland of our body which is situated in right upper quadrant just below the diaphragm. If we see from anteriorly, right? But posterior surface of liver have different arrangements. So anteriorly there are two lobes of liver, right lobe, largest lobe is right lobe and left lobe. Okay. On posterior surface, different vasculature arrangement divide liver in further two lobe which is caudate lobe and quadrate lobe. Okay. Gallbladder is also situated on posterior aspect. We'll see how the arrangement exists. So if you see microscopic structure of liver, so this is microscopic structure of one lobe in which the hepatocytes are arranged like canaliculi arrangement, and there are between the canaliculi there are blue colored sinusoids. Sinusoids are the open spaces basically in which the portal vein pour the secretion, pour the venous blood. So that venous blood collects in central vein and form vena cava. Okay, but this is about circulation. Here we are talking about biliary system, which is of our importance when we talk about digestion and absorption. So canaliculi, there are green colored, as you can see. These are the canaliculi arrangement. So surrounded by hepatocytes. Okay, these hepatocytes secrete bile. Okay, pour the into the canaliculi, and that bile collects in bile duct. Okay, these bile ducts basically form interlobular bile duct. So between two lobes, interlobular bile ducts. Then interlobular bile ducts they join to form left and right hepatic duct. Okay, these left and right hepatic duct they join to form common hepatic duct. This common hepatic duct, basically the bile is formed and collected from the canaliculi till here, common hepatic duct. Then from common hepatic duct, this bile is being collected into the gallbladder for storage purpose. And whenever basically secretion is required, the bile secretion is required from gallbladder, the bile is secreted into the intestine. So this is called cystic duct. Okay, this cystic duct and common bile duct (CBD), common hepatic duct and cystic duct they join to form common bile duct. This is called CBD, common bile duct. Now this common bile duct join with pancreatic duct to form hepatopancreatic duct, which opens up into duodenum, and the opening is called ampulla of Vater. Okay, so are you getting me? The bile formed by hepatocytes collect in bile duct. These bile duct join to form common hepatic duct. Combine with cystic duct form CBD, common bile duct. Join with pancreatic duct and form hepatopancreatic duct. Opens up in duodenum. Okay, so that's how the bile is secreted and basically secreted into intestine, the duodenum, and stored in gallbladder. Whenever needed, it's secreted. We'll see how it's being secreted. Okay, so what is this bile? If we see what is basically function of gallbladder, if we see the concentration of liver bile and gallbladder bile, there are a lot of changes. So what is basically function of gallbladder, I want to highlight here. So composition of bile is basically bile salts. Okay, and this bile pigment bilirubin, bile acids which are formed from cholesterol. So cholesterol is also a composition. Fatty acids are also present and different electrolytes are also present. Okay, so this is composition of bile. But when bile is secreted into liver, the composition differ from the bile stored in gallbladder. So the basically role of gallbladder is to concentrate this bile and increasing the content of basically bile salts, bilirubin, cholesterol, fatty acids, and some electrolytes, potassium and calcium. Okay, so the bile is being concentrated in gallbladder, and then whenever is required, it's secreted into intestine. How it's secreted will come to know. Fine. So ultimately, if we see function of liver, then first of all the function come into our mind is the bile, obviously. Okay, so now what is function of these bile? So if we talk about bile, the most important component is bile acids, which are helping in fat absorption. How? So first step is the emulsification, which is the most important function of bile, is basically it basically break up the fat into small droplets so that enzyme lipase can act on that. So increase surface area so that the lipase enzyme can act on the fat. Okay. Second thing is fat absorption. So bile components, that is bile acids, being amphipathic in nature, that is it's hydrophilic also, it's hydrophobic, and also because of that it basically arrange around the fat droplets and form micelles which help in fat absorption. we'll basically uh, we'll basically again see this concept how basically fat absorption and digestion occur, because our last video will be on this also. But here you should know that what is composition of bile and how it changes in gallbladder. And second thing, what are these bile acids? These bile acids are formed from cholesterol, okay, by hepatocytes. So these cholic acids and chenodeoxycholic acids, these are primary bile salts, bile acids. These bile acids, primary bile acids, they are converted into intestine by bacteria into secondary bile acids. These basically are easy for absorption. They can easily cross the intestine. These are called conjugated bile acids which can cross easily through the intestine. And they have actually many more functions. If we talk about human body, there are various, like even the stress management also role of secondary bile acids. So there are a lot of function, but here we are talking about only digestion, absorption. So you should know that secondary bile acids, they basically help in absorption. So primary converted into secondary by colon bacteria. Fine. So coming to other functions of liver. So liver is not only helping in fat digestion and absorption, but there are a lot of functions. Among them, first is biosynthesis. There, the most important function liver play is the albumin synthesis. So amino acids and protein synthesis is the most important function. Albumin is the most important because it acts as a carrier protein for whatever crosses in our blood, whether it's hormone, whether it's a drug absorption. So this is a transport protein, albumin, which is very important for our body. Okay. So second is globulins, so or the immunoglobulins are present. They are synthesized by liver. Lipoproteins, so fat is being absorbed and then converted into different lipoproteins, so those are also synthesized by liver. Second function of liver is metabolic regulation. We know that liver basically is very important when we talk about whether it's carbohydrate, lipids, or protein. So it has all the metabolic regulation functions. Most important for carbohydrate, we know that it also acts as a storage part, because glucose is being not only metabolized but stored in liver. Then detoxification is also a very important function of liver, because various toxins, various drugs, they are metabolized in liver. And if we talk about this function of liver, we can see that in various metabolic processes, ammonia is secreted, and which can be toxic to our body. So that ammonia is converted into urea, which is basically excreted out via kidney or intestine in as fecal matter. Okay. There are various so if we talk about secretion, then as in last slide we have seen that how bile salts are playing different roles. So that is secretory part. Storage part, if we see, then fat soluble vitamins and B12 that can be stored in liver. So liver is playing a lot of functions. If we talk about regulation of liver secretion, okay, so there are two components. One is cholagogue, which basically are those substances which can increase or stimulate the secretion of liver bile. Cholaretic substances, which are the substances which basically increase synthesis. So are you getting me that one is basically increasing synthesis of the bile and one is basically stimulating secretion of the already formed bile, right? So if we talk about regulation, so there are obviously neural and humoral regulation. Neural regulation, if we see here, it's least effective here. So vagus is not very important part, which is basically regulating the bile secretion and synthesis. If we talk about humoral, if we see, So whether, for example, bile is alkaline in nature, okay, and the chyme is acidic, which is coming from stomach, so acid is coming here. If acidic or the protein digestion product or carbohydrate digestion, fat digestion products, if they come in intestine, then in response to that, intestine secrete hormone which is cholecystokinin, which is secreted in plasma, and from plasma it can react to different, as it's a hormone, so it can go to the target tissue and play different functions. So when protein digestion or fat digestion products come here, then in response to that, intestinal cell secretes cholecystokinin, and this cholecystokinin is very important when we talk about liver regulation. So this cholecystokinin, not it basically stimulate the gallbladder contraction, so that's why we are talking about its increased secretion. Okay, it's a cholago substance, so it increase, so basically it stimulate gallbladder, so secretion will be increased. It relax sphincter of Oddi, okay, it relax sphincter of Oddi here. So secretion is poured into intestine, and along with that it also stimulate pancreatic enzymatic secretion also, so that the fat and protein digestion can occur and the acidic chyme can be neutralized by alkaline bile and alkaline pancreatic secretion. Along with that, if we talk about these cholaretic substances which stimulate synthesis, among them these are secretin, also act as cholaretic, which stimulate bile synthesis by hepatocytes. And second, the even the most important cholaretic substance are the bile acids. The bile acids itself, they stimulate hepatocytes to increase bile synthesis. So these are cholaretic and cholic substances. Okay, so that's all about the synthesis, the bile composition, the function of liver, and the regulation part. So that's all about the liver physiology. Next video will be seeing about pancreas. Thanks for watching, and please comment below if you have any